Good morning. Yes, what is happening to time? It seems like time is speeding up. I was sitting there thinking about time as I reflect on my yesterday, and you may find yourself doing the same thing as you're thinking about, the day that just passed yesterday, thinking, well, you didn't get done all the things you wanted to get done. You didn't, or you don't even have time because of all the things that there is to do. That's what I'm sitting there thinking myself. There's not enough me. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. There's not enough me. Maybe we need clones. Maybe I need another clone here with me. If they're going to be a clone, let it be right here with me. It better be exactly like me. There's not enough us either. There isn't. Yeah. Something is happening with time. And then I was sitting there thinking, is it because we're older and we're noticing that there truly isn't enough time to do the things that we want to get things done that we want to get done. And it's like it slips by before you know it. This morning's going to be gone. Then the afternoon's going to be gone. Then it's going to be evening, and then you're going to have to go to bed. You wake up and you repeat the process all over again. But when you're younger, like a child, I wonder if children are having the same concept of time, if time is indeed speeding up on them too. But I don't know, as a child, I never thought about it. I thought like the days were taking long. And like, wow, it's so boring when you're a child. But I wonder if children nowadays are thinking that. I wonder if you as an adult have that type of mindset now also. I really am. It may, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness gracious, you all. Hello and good morning, everyone. Your kids feel it too, Gretchen, honey? Yeah, the 50-year calendar, they say the 50-year calendar ends on September the 29th. And then isn't October the 1st supposed to be the beginning of the fiscal year, the new fiscal year? I wonder why they chose it, October, as the beginning of the fiscal year. Yeah, in those days, God shortens the days. Yeah, that's what it says, or no one would survive. Yeah, well, it's really green. It's really green right here. We did get a lot of rain yesterday. We got a downpour of rain, and the gardens needed it, but it's all right, you all. It's fine. Look what I found down here as I was walking. You got a groundhog hole right there, and we had to relocate a groundhog yesterday. It was about that long, right there, probably around 1.5 feet. It got in our tomatoes. It got in the lower garden, and it decided it wanted to taste every single tomato. It just wanted to take a bite out of every single tomato. And it decided it wanted to take a bite out of the stem of our big sunflower. And then after it made the sunflower fall, it decided it wanted to start eating on the sunflower. It's like, you've got to be kidding. That took up some of my time too. I'm thinking, how do you do that? Because if you live in the country and you want to grow your garden and stuff, you got to build a fence when you got a big colony of groundhogs. And they're going to get through and they're going to eat stuff is what they're going to do. I'm going to show you what it did. Let me show you what this did. This is our biggest tomato. It's the tomato that I would show out in the garden. Let me flip it. It decided it wanted to take a big bite out of the tomato. And it did it to the other plants, you all. So come on, that was our nicest tomato right there. Yeah. But that's really what my evening was before even coming on to the YouTube last night. I think that was from like, it was, I don't know, that was a couple hours trying to get that groundhog. Yeah. And now I just now seen another hole. So really time, there really isn't enough time, because when you do, you know, have like things you want to do, something else happens, and then your time gets split doing that also, you all. Good morning in Dallas, Fort Worth. Oh, 62% humidity. We call it the sweat diet. I'm losing weight, well, only right here. And I'm sitting there thinking, I got on the scales this morning, now I'm 125. I'm thinking, well, I move around too much and that's why. But then if really, look at our humidity this morning. If you're tired all the time, and a lot of people are tired, look at the barometric pressure. A lot of people are tired, and I think that would cause your body needs more energy, so it's going to burn. Is your body going to burn more calories and stuff in order to keep going? It's going to need more energy. But where do you get it? Yeah, squirrels and stuff, you all. But we're talking about time. Yeah, we're talking about time, and I got distracted with the garden. It does. It seems like time has been sped up so fast, and perhaps really we're noticing it now. We're noticing it, and it's not just you, it's not just me. Noticing that we can't get done in one day what we used to get done. And the clocks still spin. We can look at the clock, and it literally, before you know it, that clock, the minute hands on that clock is like went boo, just like that, and you're thinking, what happened to the time? It just literally just disappeared, is what it did. Stay on, yeah. Let's see, did I miss some comments, you all? Yeah. So perhaps since time is speeding up, and it's speeding up, I think we got to prioritize. That's me. I'm finding myself, I got to prioritize. I'm going to have to literally make a list of all the things that I need to do during the day. And now I have something else that's going to take up my time. My outdoor spigot now needs replaced because it's got more than a drip out there on the side of the house in the front. My husband goes, Gina, do you know that faucet is dripping out there? I said, that's another thing I have to do now. I've got to shut the water off, and I got to make time to do that too, you all. Oh my goodness. And you know, it doesn't just involve, you know, oh, just that simple, turn it off, cut it, and whatever. If you don't have all the things you need, then you got to take time to go to the store and purchase it. That's why I guess it's good to have a lot of supplies on hand for things like that. It is. I might have a faucet I can use with a shark bite with that flex pipe. I might. Even that's expensive, and everything is more expensive, you all. And one thing's for certain. Hello there, Susan B. Honey. We don't have the time that we think we have. That's what I'm noticing. Me personally, I can't depend on having the time that I used to have, or the time that I need to get everything done that I need to get done, or that I want to get done. And you may find that out too. We can't depend on time like we used to. I think perhaps we took time for granted. Time can be taken for granted, just like people. And really, is that smart to do? Is it smart to take time for granted? If you look at it as, you know, a real life thing, which it is, it's real, even though it's invisible and stuff. We can't take it for granted like we do people. You can't always take people for granted. and thinking, you know, they'll always be there, because some won't always be there. And it's just like time. Time's here right now in the moment. It is. I'm in the moment with time, and it's happening right now. But can I take time for granted? Maybe 2-3 hours from now, maybe tomorrow. Can I say beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm going to have time with me? I'm going to have that time to do everything I need to. No, I can't. That's what I'm finding out. Perhaps you're finding it out too. We can't take time for granted like we used to. If you wanted to look at time as like a physical thing that you live with in the time space that you have right now. Oh wow. Yeah, we're not here to get philosophy and stuff, you all, but it's true. It's true. With time, it is. No, tomorrow isn't promised at all. It's not. And we know how our lives can change overnight. We know. And or our lives can slowly change with time, and they do. Some for the better and some for the worse. Our lives change. Well, you've got the good and the bad, you all. You got literally, it's like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Sometimes you get that nice smooth ride in life. You do, and I wonder if when that happens, do we take the time to reflect on, you know, all those ups and downs of life and of time? Yeah. It makes a person think, really. We can't take time for granted. You can't take for granted that, you know, if you need something, like let's use this as an example. You have the 5 foolish and the 5 wise virgins, or whatever, with their lamps and their oil. And the wise ones had their lamps with their oil. They did. They were waiting for the bridegroom or something like that. And it was time for it to come. And the foolish ones who didn't prepare, see, they thought they had plenty of time. And they told the ones with the oil, give us some of your oil. You know what they were told? Go and buy from those that sell, because you really didn't prepare. You don't have the time that you thought you had. So while they were away going to buy their oil, get the things that they needed, the bridegroom came. Boom. And they didn't go. They didn't go. You can use that analogy. You can use that in life. You have those who prepare, who know that time is not going to be on their side at times. It isn't. It's unpredictable. But you can look ahead. You can see what you need, make sure you're prepared, or you can sit and do nothing. You can look around and you can do nothing with your time. You can. And then when something happens and then you want that thing that you said, oh, I have plenty of time. That's taking time for granted. I think those 5 foolish virgins, they took time for granted. They thought they had all the time in the world. They had the one thing, their lamps. It's not going to do you no good if you don't got no oil to last. Okay, it's not. Yeah. But time is a very, it's a peculiar thing. It is. And it's powerful. Time's very powerful. You may notice that there's many periods in your life when timing for certain milestones in your life that was absolutely perfect. Everything lined up, everything synchronized because time made it possible. Everything was in divine synchronicity. It was during certain periods of your life. So that's good. You just got to keep going, you all. We got to keep going. We got to do the best that we can is what we've got to do. The best that we can with the time that we have, and always keep in mind, in the back of our mind, that we can't take time for granted. We can't say, I'll do this or I'll do that. No, you do it now. Make the most of it. This is the only time you got, really. Right here. This is the only time I got right here. Standing right here. I'm in the moment of time, right here, the time space. Right here talking to you and you're listening. But, yeah. Good morning, everyone in Australia. It's nice out, even though the humidity is so, it's high, but it's all right, you all. The green is beautiful. It is. And I know some people may feel, you know, time's just moving so slow. And it is true that time moves slow when you're waiting on something, when you're wanting something to get done. It may seem like it's taking forever, even though other parts of your life, how can that be? Really think about that. If you're waiting on something, it takes a long time. You're thinking, is this ever going to happen? Like, it's like time is like in its own separate compartment. When it comes to certain areas of our life, time is there in its own compartment. And part of ourselves thinking, you know, it's taking forever. When is it going to happen? But then in certain other compartments of our life, certain other areas of our life, time can speed up. You're thinking, oh, wow, it's already such and such time, and wow, where did the time go? How can time be divided? Really, if you think about that, it's like a shape-shifting thing. Time can go slow in certain areas of our lives, extremely slow, but then in other areas, it goes so fast. And then also at the same time, you can just sit and it's, oh, this is so wonderful because you're in the moment. Yeah, it's really, it's interesting when you think about it. It is how it can seem to take forever when you're waiting. In that instance, I wonder if that's a strange paradox. It really is, if you think of it like that. The wheel of time. Yeah. Time is different in different places. That's right. It really is. You can't hold time. You can't. I can't hold it. I can't grasp it because it's just going to slip through my fingers if I try to hold on for time hold on to time in certain instances of my life. I can't. Yeah, because it just keeps going. You can't contain it. You can't. Good morning, everyone, if you're just tuning in. So something is happening to time, and in certain instances of our life, there's not enough time. Time is literally speeding up. And, but yet, in certain areas of our life, if we're waiting on something, time is taking forever to occur. Isn't that weird? Time is taking its time for something to occur. You all, we only got 127 thumbs up on here, Gary, honey. It's okay in the big scope of our life, because, yeah, it's all right. It really is all right, I guess. Yeah, that's right, you all. I'm going to try to stay on topic if I'm talking about a certain topic. Wow, look at all those grapes right there. That groundhog, I think, who made that big hole, it likes to come up here. It has a voracious appetite. Yeah. Be positive, the mind you are. Yeah. Well, a positive attitude, a positive mindset is going to fare much better than one that is negative. It is. And yeah, keep that vibration high, because you increase You increase your chances of survival in a world that has been turned upside down. And perhaps when you keep your positive mindset and you keep your vibration high, perhaps your frequency will cause time to line up everything that you need with people. Put the right people in your life at the right time, have things happening at the right time, like clockwork, divine synchronicity. It all just comes to you if you, I guess, think of time like that. It really does. When you change your mindset, it's like seems like things tend to fall in place. So do our minds affect time? Do they? Our attitude and stuff, does that affect time? How time plays out in our life? It could. Yeah, I think it does at times. It really does. It does make a difference. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. It is nice. I don't really go to the other side because sometimes we have the big farming trucks go down the road, the big semis, and they're so loud and stuff. But it's all right. It is. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. I'm realizing I'm not a person who writes out things that I need to do. I'm not a list person. Make a checklist of all the things you do that you want to get done. That's not me, you all. It really never has been. I don't need that in order for me to know you got to get this done, because I'm just going to compartmentalize within myself the things that I know I want to get done. I guess they'll get done when they're meant to get done. Since I can multitask, and it's not going to bend me all out of shape. I may not like leaving things undone because something else pops up, like the outdoor spigot. I'm going to have to shut the water off, get the tool, cut the copper pipe, make sure I have the fitting, the shark bite fittings, to fit that on there with a new faucet. So that's okay, you all, and that's okay with you too. If you cannot get things done that you want to get done because something else always happens, it's all right. Just flow. Just roll with it. That's what you got to do. Just roll with it. It is really no need to get bent all out of shape, because it's like a big roller coaster of life. You have your ups and your downs, and sometimes, going up that hill, that's kind of scary. It's really scary. I liked roller coasters when I was small. But then I don't like them that much. I don't like going down a great bed. I don't like that adrenaline rush. It scares me. It makes my heart want to jump out of my body. Yeah. Yeah, follow your heart. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way too. And then some people totally dismiss follow your heart as just feelings. It's only feelings. You've heard somebody said, well, it's just feelings. That's all it is. It's just feelings. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't make it so. Yes, it does. It makes it so, because that's invalidating you. Okay, it really is. Nobody wants to be invalidated. They don't. Regardless of your mindset, they don't. Yeah, hello there in Niagara Falls. So you all, time is delicate. Time is important, and time will not wait for you. It won't. Sometimes time will align perfectly in your life. Everything will just flow. And boom, one thing after the other, a divine synchronicity. And that's good when that happens. It is. But if you're of the negative mindset, some people are, that's all they do is complain. They complain they don't have time to do this, and they do it with a negative attitude. I can say I don't have time to do this. I'm not feeling whatever negative because of it. I'm acknowledging I'm not going to have time to do everything that I want to do, but it'll all work out one way or another, and things will get done when they're meant to. And it's going to be all right. It really is. But if I was to sit around and complain and feel overwhelmed looking at all the things that I want to get done, that might need to get done, then I'm wasting all that precious time and energy worrying about it, dwelling on it, and it's not making me feel motivated to do anything about it. So no, don't do that, y'all. Please don't sit and worry about it, okay? Because it's literally going to be a demotivator. Just, even if you've got something overwhelming, when you think about doing all the things you got to do and it's overwhelming, you pick one thing. Pick one thing and just do it. And once you start doing it, you'll realize, well, it's really not that bad. Now that I've got this going, I'm going to do another thing. You all, please make the most of your time. Don't take it for granted, and don't sit complaining and making yourself all negative, creating all that negativeness within you. Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. It's how it is in life now. Time feels like it's speeding up. There's not enough time to get anything done. But in instances, time is really slow when you're having to wait. It's taking forever. But all this other stuff, just go with it, you all. If you want to make a list of do things, do it. If you're a list person, but don't complain and do nothing. Don't complain and do nothing, because time cannot be taken for granted. It's only right now, in the moment. In the moment, you all. And it's nice to have something to look forward to in time, in that instances of our life. We can, you know, make our plans. We can. And just keep walking toward it. Just keep walking toward it, you all. And if things change a little, if our plans get tweaked along the way, because plans can get tweaked. We can have like plans within our hearts, but then our footsteps may not go completely in that direction we thought. But we just got to keep going. We do. It's all right. Things can get rearranged just like that in a moment of time, in mere seconds. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah. So I am going to go. I wanted to get on here, and that's what I was thinking about with time. You cannot take it for granted like people. It shouldn't be taken for granted, okay? It shouldn't. It's nice to have time to do the things you want. It's nice that time goes slow in certain instances when you're waiting, and then maybe when you're in the moment and you're enjoying the moment, time is just going slow too, and that's okay. Yeah. So I am going to go, you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in here. Thank you, Applebrook, Susan B. Honey. Yeah, just a friendly reminder about time. That it can't be taken for granted, even though we have it with us right now on Earth. Yeah. So, Gina, honey, if you don't watch out, you're going to trip over that right there. I don't got eyes in the back of my head. I don't. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And just go with it. Go with it. Pick something to do and go with it. And try to keep that vibration, that positive attitude in here and up there, because it does make a difference. It does. Love you.